Welcome everyone to Bibi and Yaya, where life happens. People send in their life stories to us and pine, so we opine. My name is Stella, your host. People submit their stories to us, I read them, then offer my thoughts and opinions. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to Bibi and Yaya so you can stay up to date with these very personal life stories. The people who write into us share their stories, detailing their life experiences, feelings, emotions, and reactions along the way. They also hope to receive comments and opinions in order to make sense of their situations. This is where you come in. You could make a difference in someone's life by leaving a comment, solution, or opinion about their stories. And if you have a story to tell, please send us an email by using the email provided in the description box below. We received a letter from Peter today, someone who was in debt and wanted to turn his life around for himself and his wife. He comes up with a solution and makes great life changes for them both. However, he constructs a plan which most people may not think of, but it works, and Peter and his wife become debt-free within a short period of time and gain financial independence. I will get to Peter's story in just a moment. Please remember that when you hit the like button, subscribe, and share these life stories, you help us to bring you news stories and adventures every week, so you don't miss a thing. Also, you can hear these remarkable stories 3 times a week here on Bibi and Yaya on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now, let's get to Peter's story. And FYI, I may interject a thought or two of mine during this story, which will be referred to as a note. And now, here is today's letter. Dear Stella, my name is Peter. My wife and I moved to California so that I could pursue my dream job of becoming a college basketball coach. I can't think of many professions with less job security, and when the head coach of my team was fired, I was fired along with him. Understandably, after that kind of setback, I opted for a more traditional 9-to-5 job with greater job security, while at the same time my wife enrolled in nursing school. I had the entrepreneurial bug, but did not want to leave my job, so I became a true 10% entrepreneur by teaching myself how to code and start my own software company. With the company not taking off in the way I liked, I became slightly more risk-averse and decided to focus on more traditional career paths and enrolled in a graduate degree program. Things continued down the path that I am sure many of you can identify with. My wife and I bought a house, we had a child, and then we bought a house twice as big as the first one. We wanted the dream backyard and took out a $12,000 line of credit to do the work. This is where our financial troubles began. Between my wife and me, we had about $90,000 in student loan debt, a mortgage that had recently doubled, and significant childcare costs. Each month we spent $2,800 on the mortgage, $1,200 for the minimum payments on our student loan debt, $1,500 on daycare, and around $1,000 on eating out. Our monthly net income was approximately $9,200, and we were spending approximately $8,900. This 3% savings rate put us on about a 70-plus year timeline for financial independence. Note, this is a lot of money for a net income, which I can't even imagine. But Peter's costs were truly eating away at his income. We would hardly be the first income-earning family to be struggling with money from month to month. And as I read somewhere in the past, making a high income does not always lead to financial independence. It's not about what you make, it's about what you save or keep. Note, great point. We decided to downsize to move up. Clearly, something needed to change. My wife and I were fortunate in that we did have equity in our home, which provided us with the Get Out of Debt Free card that would allow us to completely reset our financial lives. We sold our house, used the $60,000 in equity to pay down a large chunk of our student debt, and decided to rent. This move takes an incredible amount of foresight and bravery. We saw what needed to be done and took massive action. We did not let the stigma of moving backward in life keep us from making the right move. Note, who would think of downsizing? Seems as though Peter and his wife made the right cost-effective move. We got rid of our $2,800 mortgage and traded it in for a $1,280 in rent. That single move saved us over $1,500 per month. Not to mention our debt would soon be paid off, freeing up another $1,200 per month. With one very bold decision, we were able to free up $2,700 per month to save or invest. These savings, accompanied with a newfound dedication to budgeting and living a more frugal life, allowed my wife to stay at home with the kids a few days a week. This cut down our childcare costs from $1,500 to only $800 per month. My wife and I began reading up on personal finance. We listened to shows like The Dave Ramsey Show in particular, so you can bet that $1,000 per month food bill was also gone. Moral of the story? By accepting the brutal truth, we needed to sell our house, and having the courage to follow through and take massive action, my wife and I were able to turn our financial lives around. Today, I'm a successful realtor and blogger. I'm sharing my story here not to brag, but just to let everyone struggling in these difficult times know that they are not alone. They shouldn't be scared of taking some drastic solutions and do what is good for them, no matter what the opinions of others are. Thank you in advance for sharing my story with your audience. Thank you, Peter, for sharing this valuable information with us. You and your wife did exactly what you needed to do in order to get back on track to financial independence. Good for you. Perhaps the audience and I will take heed of your very wise words and great information which you shared with us and be able to gain financial independence as you did. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed Peter's story today. So perhaps you may have a comment, opinion, or a question about Peter's story. If so, we would like to hear from you. And you can read other people's comments and opinions below relating to this letter. And remember that by liking and subscribing to Bibi and Yaya, you will hear me read letters every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which people send us about issues they are dealing with in their lives. These are real-life personal stories and people's everyday experiences. And don't forget, if you have a personal story or issue which you would like to share with us, please send us an email using the email provided in the description box below. We would be very happy to hear from you. We thank you for joining us today here on Bibi and Yaya, where life happens. See you next time and have a great day.